Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Channing. I just started a new podcast called Disruptive Culture. In this podcast, we're able to build the person as the person builds the dream. So we're going to dive into a wide variety of topics, insight, and conversations that focus on your purpose, potential, and limiting beliefs that we all can grow from. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Disruptive Culture Podcast. I am Channing Cohen. We have a great show for you today. We're going to be talking about relational intelligence. For those who are new to the channel, we talk about 4 areas of life: relational intelligence, spiritual intelligence, emotional intelligence, and leadership intelligence. Those 4 areas, those key areas, I believe, encompass your entire life. And when we get those areas right, we get the rest of our lives right. Because each one feeds into the other. I believe that your emotions determine the type of relationships you have. I believe spiritually, it determines the type of emotions you have. And I believe with leadership, if you're able to lead yourself well spiritually, if you're able to manage your emotions, and you're able to choose wisely as best you can in relationships, then you're able to lead yourself well and be in a position to lead others well. I believe those 4 areas are the key to success in every area of our lives. Today, really this month, we take time to dive into each part on a different basis and touch on a different aspect of these 4 key components and really dive in to help give you more information on it and just play our part in being able to grow collectively. Because the mission of this podcast is to help build the person as the person builds a dream. So it's very simple. We all have goals, visions. We have a lot of things that we really want to accomplish in life. Where many people fall is that they jump out the gate and they attempt to, at least I know I have, on a very consistent basis in the past, jump out, attempt to build something, attempt to start a business, attempt to go for a promotion on the job, attempt to do all these things, but we haven't prepared ourselves personally to be able to be the type of person that can manage positions well. And we see in society over and over again people who have fallen from quote unquote grace because they weren't the type of people that could handle the spotlight in the moment that they were given. It's my heart's desire that doesn't happen. So I'm just doing what I believe I'm supposed to do to help people prepare themselves once they get the opportunity to grow and build what they've been called to build. Today, we're going to be talking about relational intelligence and how different relationships add value to your life and how not to mismanage either relationship as it pertains to you. Oftentimes, in society, we live in a vacuum. You can see it on social media. Based on what you like to see, you'll get more pages that suggested pages that really go along with your idea in the moment. You consistently get fed what you continue to eat on social media, right? And the more you eat, the more they suggest pages to feed off of that they believe go in line with your thinking. I know there have been times when I'm like, yeah, today I feel like watching some funny pages. But tomorrow I feel like being inspired. And who knows what I'll be next week. So sometimes you got to say, hold up, wait a minute. I don't want you to suggest. I just want to be able to see what it is I want to choose from. It's almost like we're forced to live in a vacuum, in an echo chamber of people that think like us, believe like us. Sometimes they look like us. And we just sit in that space. The problem is, whenever we're looking to grow, you don't get growth out of the place where you're comfortable at. Anybody who goes to the gym on any regular basis understands that growth doesn't happen from a place of comfort. So you have to invite things in your life that will promote growth through various different situations. These are what relationships are for, specifically for people who are going to build something, who are going to create, who want to become a different version of themselves than what they are. Now, it's my belief that there are three really type of people that come into your life. The people that are for you, the people that are for what you are for, and the people that are against what you are against. Today, we're going to be talking about two of these categories and how to determine the difference between them and how you don't mismanage. And we're going to just come strictly from the Bible to be inspired. Now, we look at the life of Moses. Moses, he was activated specifically because of what? The cry of the people. He was activated. He got a call to execute because the people needed him to take them out of captivity, to lead them out of captivity. When you look at that, you see that Moses was for the people. Now, it even goes further that if you go down to Exodus chapter 18, it speaks about how Moses used to sit from morning to night to speak to the people about their differences, about their issues, and about their problems. And he used to judge between the two to see what is right. Anybody who's willing to sit with you from day till night, you should absolutely value them in your life. And that should be a clear indication that that person is for you. Without a doubt, that person is for you. So you should hold that relationship in its highest form, high value. As long as that person isn't hindering you in any type of way, if that person is attempting to lead you into unhealthy habits, if that person is supportive of your growth journey, then that person should be applauded, and they should be valued, and they should be cherished. We tend to appreciate people, we tend to love people, but we don't do a great job at cherishing people. I know I haven't in the past. This is why I'm talking about it now, because I've learned how to understand that you need to put extra effort into cherishing valuable people who cannot be replaced. You can replace them with somebody, but you can't replace what they bring to your life. These are the people that are for you. You can replace them, but you can't replace what they bring to your life. So this is a Moses type, so to speak. If we're looking at a type, a person that'll sit with you from day. This is a person you can get coffee with. You can talk about your problems with, the issues, your relationships, downfalls, your fears, your aspirations, and they'll keep it safe. They'll keep it to the core with you. The way to mismanage this relationship is to get frustrated at the person, because when you start having vision, once you start having goals, once you start speaking about creating a specific life that you want for yourself, you will get offended because they're not moving at the pace or the speed that you want to move at to take action in their lives the way you're taking action in your life. The problem with that is that's not what they are there for. They're not there to help you fulfill a vision. They're there to manage and to help you manage your life, right? They're there to be a sounding board. I've seen, and I've been guilty far too often of discarding people who were specifically there for me, right? That didn't really care about what I desired to build. They just wanted to, I'm just here because I love you. I just show up because I love you. I make sacrifices simply because I love you. It doesn't matter what you do. You know what? You can try to be the greatest in the world, or you can decide that you want to be, you want to live whatever life you want to. I'm going to still show up for you. Those are the people that you cherish. Those are the people that can't be replaced because of the value that they bring to your life. It's often said that if you find one friend in life, you've done well. Why? Because it's so hard to find a true friend, right? So that's one aspect. That's one person. People that are for you. The next type of person is the person who's not necessarily for you, but they are for the vision. And we see that clearly in the book of Nehemiah. Nehemiah was a servant to a king. For those who really have never seen Nehemiah or read Nehemiah, he was a servant of a king, right? But he got a mandate. He was very, very grieved simply because the city of his ancestors was burned down. It was destroyed. And he got a mandate, and his mission wasn't necessarily for the people per se, but it was to rebuild the city that was lost. His marching orders are rebuild the city so the people could have a space to live in. This type of person isn't for you, but they are for the vision. This person comes with tools, they come with know-how, they come with experience, and they come equipped so that the same vision that you spoke about to the people that were for you, now you can speak about that vision with a Nehemiah type. Now you can say, these are the plans that I have to excel in life, to grow, to get things done. And they're right there for it. They're gonna show up early morning. They're gonna leave late at night with you. They're gonna grow. They're gonna grow as far as you want the vision to grow, because that's what they're there for. Now, this type of person, very rare is it that they stay throughout the duration. Usually this person is a person that's there for a specific season of your life, a season where you're ready to activate and grow. They're not there always. They're there from the beginning of the project to the end of the project. And once the project is done, then they usually move on. The way you mismanage this relationship is you do attempt to sit down and have coffee and talk about life and attempt to fit them in a space where you try to do life with them to a degree that you would do life with a friend. And we get this confused because we confuse them being there for the vision for them being there with us, because they'll be on the same wavelength in that season. They'll be thinking the same way. They'll be moving the same way, and you guys will be at the same pace, which creates a great companionship. But we mistake that for them being there for us. And the problem is, when we start seeing that they're not giving us the thing necessarily that we desire in more of in a way that meets other needs that we have in life, we begin to get offended at them. Then we begin to question why they're there. We begin to overall get frustrated with the process when we need to sit back and stop and realize, wait, relational intelligence shows you that the reason why this person came in is because there was a need that I had, and they came and fulfilled it, which was to grow the thing that I've been wanting to grow, building the vision, and that's what they're there for. That is what they're equipped to do. They're equipped with the hammer and the sword, meaning they're there with the tools necessary to build, and they're there with a sword to help defend what the vision represents. So we don't want to mismanage that and try to put them in a space where they are for us. And also, we want to recognize that at any point in time, this person can leave and move on once their specific piece of the project is done. And we need to make sure that we don't get offended at that, but we need to understand that that is the reality of it. When we see this, we can appropriately recognize who's coming into our lives, the reason why they're coming to our lives, and we can set proper expectations based on what they bring to our lives. Every person on this planet is valuable. There's never a person on this planet that's not valuable, but not every person brings equal value to your life. There'll be differences, and you need to recognize that. How you manage these relationships will determine how you manage the growth that's needed to get to the next level. And it's my hope that as you recognize this, there'll be some identifying fact. If you always have a person who doesn't really want to talk about what you do for work, how you're doing out in your personal endeavors, and any outside factor, then you recognize, okay, this person is safe. This person really is for me. They've shown that they always want to be there to be a help to me. Okay, this person is for me. But then you have a person who rarely, but on occasional basis, they ask, how's the family? How's things going? But when they call you, it's because they had another idea that they want to implement. They have an understanding of what they want to do and how to make the project grow. Then you say, okay, this is what we talk about. This is where we stand. And because we're doing life together, I'll let you in on some things, but I don't have to be fully transparent and vulnerable with you because you're here for a season. It's very often that they're there for a season. So you're here for a season. So we need to have the main thing be the main thing. Yeah, that's my hope. My hope is you're encouraged by this episode to really, really sit down and take inventory of who's in your life and what positions and roles that they play and how they continue to keep showing up. What areas do they target in my life while I'm speaking with them? What areas do they spark up and they're more involved in? That'll help determine the separation and how I need to value them. Hopefully you got better because that made me better. And I'm so grateful for your time. Until the next time, God bless. I hope you like, share, and subscribe. Join us on this journey. I believe it'll be fun, it'll be entertaining, and most of all, it'll be impactful. All right? Talk to you later. Bye.